will produce benefit. It will reduce the fat mass, it will increase the muscle mass. Meta-analysis of intramuscular testosterone therapy, there is small decrease in LDL and HDL, but in supraphysiological doses, there is increase in LDL and decrease in HDL. HAV factor testosterone, it is hypogonadism if they are in 20% of HAV individuals. Testosterone therapy significantly improves lean mass, body mass over placebo without affecting change in weight. And then CKD or COPD, they are limited data, only 2 or 3 studies of testosterone therapy in CKD patients or COPD patients. But definitely, if you go by logic that testosterone increases the muscle mass and muscle strength, then probably COPD patient will get benefit. And similarly, CKD patients who have decreased muscle mass, many times we give in place of Nandrolone was given many times, protocol injection or like that. The basis, now you can understand that probably they were acting through, they were increasing the muscle mass, increasing the body strength. So a frail person with COPD or CKD is able to walk and go to his routine activities. What about testosterone CVD? 3 independent meta-analyses demonstrated an association between hypogonadism and overall CV mortality, but not CV morbidity. That means hypogonadism have more of a chance of getting the CVD events. That's well known. Hypogonadal male. Testosterone replacement therapy in LOH does not increase CV risk, but its specific benefit on major CV outcomes, including mortality, deserve more and larger studies. We know this thing that low testosterone patient has more chance of getting an MI or stroke. But whether testosterone therapy benefits these individuals, the data is not clear still. A recent observational study in 1,000 hypogonadal male veterans indicates that those receiving testosterone therapy have a 39% decrease in mortality when compared with untreated counterparts. Again, this sort of randomized controlled trials. It is a trial where all hypogonadal were given. What happens in chronic heart failure? Testosterone improves insulin sensitivity and various cardiorespiratory and muscular outcomes. No consistent relationship between coronary atherosclerosis and level of free or total testosterone in patients undergoing coronary angiography. What about cognitive function, mood, energy, and quality of life? Low free testosterone seems to be associated with poorer outcome on measures of cognitive function, and testosterone therapy may have some benefit for cognitive performance. Meta-analysis of testosterone therapy on mood has been found to be beneficial, especially in HIV syndrome and hypogonadism. Different results of various studies can be explained by genetic polymorphism in the androgen receptor. So there are various results. Some are saying it's very effective in lifting the mood. Some say energy is more with the testosterone. There is various results. Probably it may be related to the androgen receptor polymorphism which is there in society. Then the thing which stops all of us for using testosterone is that's prostate. There are a few lines, I put it here. There is no conclusive evidence that testosterone increases the risk of prostate cancer or BPH. That's number 1. Number 2, there is no evidence that testosterone will convert subclinical cancer to clinical detectable prostate cancer. Number 3, unequivocal evidence that testosterone can stimulate growth and aggravate symptoms in men with locally advanced and metastatic prostate cancer. So it is not an initiator. Testosterone is not initiator of prostate cancer. But if cancer is there, then it will increase the growth. It acts as a growth factor. Then there is a saturation hypothesis of Morgan Taylor. They say that human prostate androgen receptors are saturated. So whatever you give, they are saturated at a very low level. So whatever you give, so it does not matter to the prostate. Before starting treatment with testosterone a man's risk of prostate cancer should be assessed by, as a minimum, digital rectal examination and PSA estimation. Pre-treatment prostate ultrasound or biopsy is not recommended. Pre-treatment ultrasound is not recommended. Prostate biopsy should be performed in the presence of palpable nodule or patient showing high level of PSA or rise in a PSA over a period of time. Men successfully treated for prostate cancer and suffering from symptomatic hypogonadism are potential candidates for testosterone substitution after a prudent interval if there is no residual cancer.